Hello, this is Michael Rader, producing artistic director of the Cape Playhouse, and welcome tonight to a very special, I'm so excited, holiday edition of Behind the Playhouse Curtain. Tonight we are going to be joined by Playhouse alumni and friends from all over the country, and we'll conclude tonight with a very special alumni reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and a holiday performance brought to you by our very own amazingly talented resident music director, Mr. Garrett Taylor. But to start tonight, I thought it would be fascinating for our community and our patrons to hear from two of our alumni who, as both an actor and a music director, have worked on Broadway musicals during the holiday season. What is it like for an actor or a music director or conductor to be performing 8 shows a week during Christmas, or even more than 8 shows a week sometimes, or traveling the country in a national tour over the holidays when you can't be at home and you're in hotels? I myself has been very fortunate to work on the national tour of of A Christmas Story, which was on Broadway about 6 years ago, and it's been running national tour every holiday season since then. And today we are joined by two of my favorite people in the entire world, and Playhouse favorites as well. Darien Crago, who recently performed in the Broadway production of Holiday Inn and the national tour of White Christmas, and our amazingly, again, talented music director, Mr. Garrett Taylor, who is also an alumnus of the Broadway tour of White Christmas. So welcome, Darien and Garrett.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
I've got my very festive holiday glass here with my 5 o'clock eggnog ready to go.
Oh my gosh. I'm opting for tea.
Mine's empty. Waiter.
You both look adorable and snappy as always. Garrett, love the jacket. And Darren, are those antlers I see?
Yes, it is. And just a bow tie and some glitter glasses.
I love it.
Just subtle Christmas.
Subtle. Yeah.
Subtle. So Darien and Garrett, you both are seasoned Playhouse alumni at this point. Darien, I think you've done 3 shows, right? Tell us what you've done at the Playhouse.
3 summers. I actually started, I believe it was 2013 was my first summer doing Sweet Charity at the Cape. And then the past summers I've gotten to do South Pacific and a chorus line, and waiting for that number 4, hopefully next summer, be back for Greece.
Yeah, you were supposed to be in Greece this summer, which was obviously our community was so looking forward to that. Yeah. And Garrett, you were supposed to be music directing that and American in Paris.
Of course, classic.
Yeah, and you've done multiple other shows at the Playhouse too.
Yes. Gypsy, South Pacific, a chorus line, Little Shop of Horrors. And I always forget, I was a rehearsal pianist.
Oh, right.
For Drowsy Chaperone. That was kind of my first time experiencing the Playhouse.
Yeah. Well, all of those shows that you both have mentioned are iconic Playhouse community favorites, and I'm sure our community recognizes you, both of you. I always joke, Garrett, you have to turn around so our community can.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hey.
There we go. So Garrett and Darien, you guys have been so fortunate to be able to work on holiday shows, and I thought it would just be so interesting to our patrons in our community to hear what that is like. I've done the national tour of Christmas Story the last few years. I think actually 6 years before this year. And there's a lot of kids in the show. I think there's kids in White Christmas too, right? So it's first of all, they're having the time of their lives because they're doing this massive tour across the country. But at times I think it can be challenging because you're not at home over the holidays. And I always would say to them, remember you have this wonderful responsibility of getting to travel the country and deliver this gift to patrons around the entire country. And if you can look at it like that, it's such a joyous experience. But I'm curious, Darien, you've done White Christmas, and recently on Broadway you did Holiday Inn, which was incredible, so fun. What's it like being an actor in a holiday show and a national tour and on Broadway?
Yeah, I only do Irving Berlin at Christmas. A strict rule that I didn't know I made subconsciously, but I'm okay with it. It just like you said, Michael, it's really special that you have this like built-in family, basically. Partly it's sad, it's hard. You have to adjust of just kind of like growing up, spending Christmases at home, that as an adult, as a professional actor, it just looks a little bit different. But we gain a whole bunch of family members between the crew, the musicians that travel with us, all the other actors. In fact, this is like the first year I've done the White Christmas tour, I think 5 years now total, off and on. And it's just so bizarre not to see that family this time of year. And you get to spend holidays together. It's like I've spent Thanksgiving with these actors, with my friends, and Christmas Day, and just strangers, an audience full of strangers, and it's different, but you learn to love it, and it's so very special. And I really miss that tradition. What about you?
Hopefully next year, right? Hopefully we're back.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And Garrett, you've traveled with White Christmas, serving as a music director on a national tour. On a national tour, I would assume that brings its own challenges, because you have mostly new musicians every time you go to another city, right?
Every city, yeah. So usually the schedule is, we get into town on a Monday, and bright and early Tuesday morning, we have an orchestra rehearsal. But what's crazy is, because the show has been around so many times now, so many years, and we hit some of the same venues, it was really cool to meet and hear stories of some of the other people, the other musicians who had done the show previous years in that same city. And they were so excited to get to do it again, because it is so beloved. The music, the score, the orchestrations by Larry Blank are just, it's the best. Yeah.
It's iconic Irving Berlin music.
Absolutely. The list of songs like Holiday Inn, some of which are the same, are just, every song is a hit. Every song is a classic. It's amazing.
Do you ever have moments when you move to another city, it's Tuesday night, you're opening the show, and maybe the musicians just haven't totally mastered the score yet? Darren, do you ever get to moments where you're going to have a lick on stage, or you're going to do some sort of choreography, and there's something that's supposed to accompany you, and it's just not there on Tuesday night?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Garrett and I have done this a lot, where you just kind of make eye contact with the conductor, or
there's a little like wink. You're like, that happened, but we're going to cancel and continue, and we're going to keep moving on with this show.
Yeah. Just like summer stock, by the time you get it on Sunday, you're done. So
it's like the Cape Playhouse. Exactly.
Yeah. I would assume the schedule's a little bit the same at the Playhouse. You get there on Saturday night. Sunday morning you have orchestra rehearsal, and then by Monday we're doing usually full orchestra tech. And
it's quick. It is quick.
Another funny thing with touring is same with the dressers. White Christmas is full of these gorgeous, period costumes, and lots of quick changes for the ensemble and for the leads. And the dressers arrive like that opening night, a few hours before, and you have a few moments to be like, great, I'll meet you stage right during this number, and hopefully we get the dress on.
That's like the actor's nightmare, right? It's like you run off stage and that dresser's supposed to be there and they're not there, and you have 10 seconds to change the costume. Yeah. And Garrett's in the pit vamping.
My cue light is flashing, and I'm like, do I answer the phone? Okay, let's see what's happening.
A funny thing that happens not often, it's happened a few times in the years that I've done it with White Christmas, is, spoiler, the end of the show, you hope that it snows.
Right.
And that's just, theater by theater, they're setting it up, and sometimes the mechanism works a little bit better than other theaters. And like Garrett's conducting, it's like the beautiful climax of the music, and they reveal
open the barn doors.
Open the barn doors. And my favorite is the years where it's just like one single little snowflake, and it's supposed to be like a big snowstorm, but everyone on stage is just like, it snowed. So that's funny to be like, we're just pretending. You don't even realize it's supposed to look like a blizzard right now, and you just get one little like Charlie Brown snowflake.
Live theater.
Yeah.
I have a little personal anecdote that I don't think I've ever shared. This is ridiculous. We're in LA at the Pantages doing White Christmas. I'm conducting. The pit there is set up kind of strangely. everybody, the pit is really, really deep. So they built a platform. So we're up a little bit higher. So the conductor can see the stage. And so the musicians are just closer, right, to the audience and the stage. And you have to climb up a ladder. And I think I had too much Christmas pie. And I may have split my tux pants on the way to start the show. And so I continued the whole first act. It was a little breezy. And I remember looking at the pianist and saying, like, you know, I think I ripped my tux pants. I kept being like, can you look? Did I, is it bad? Is it really bad? And as soon as intermission happened, I rushed to our head of costumes and asked if she could, is there anything we can do to fix this?
Yeah.
And I wore different pants and for the second act, but these things happen.
Well, they got a little bit more than they bargained for in those first.
Yes, they may have.
We call that a whitey tidy Christmas.
Very good, Darren.
So you're basically inundated with a holiday show from you start rehearsals maybe in October, September, and then and then Halloween, and then you go through usually the beginning of January, first week of January or so.
Right.
Does it ever weigh on you? Do you ever feel like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas literally every day from October through January? Is it ever too much?
I would say no. And the great thing about White Christmas is it's not, the entire show is not about Christmas, or it isn't, like Christmas thrown in your face. It's really just the end that's kind of tied up with this beautiful Christmas bow and this message that it's about giving back and counting your blessings, like the song says. And I think that's why it's been so important and special in my life, and obviously many others since the movie came out and the subsequent tours and Broadway show. Yeah.
Darien, there's an iconic moment in Holiday Inn. I remember seeing it on Broadway, but then it's been re-released on, I think PBS, right? Has just released it.
Yes, they filmed it for Broadway HD, so I think it's been available online on some platform.
Check it out.
Yeah.
But there's this iconic moment that you're showcased in where you do this jump rope with what would you call it? Garland or decoration?
Like a Christmas garland. Tree garland.
So I'm curious because it's featured everywhere. It's such a beautiful, brilliant moment. Was that developed in rehearsal, or did you guys was that planned from day one? Was that something you worked on developing, or how did that come about?
It kind of progressed. I was very lucky to be involved in some pre-production for the show. So got to be in a studio with our brilliant choreographer, Dennis Jones, and his assistants, and was part of, that process. I mean, I'll never forget the day Dennis came in with a jump rope, an actual jump rope, and was just like, I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work. Like, who's game to kind of play with this? And we spent the rest of the day just figuring out how can we tap dance and jump rope at the same time. And it's still my absolute favorite thing to do in the show. It was so special. I'll never forget the first moment we shared that, like, with the rest of the cast, and everyone just like jumped to their feet and started screaming. It felt electric every time performing it. And then also I think that was the reaction from the audience too. It's really, really fun.
It absolutely was. It was an amazing moment. And I remember, maybe this is the director in me or the producer in me, but when that was happening, the jump rope, that the garland has all these like beads in it, right? Like all these like little, and I was terrified that something was going to break and the whole audience was going to get like sprayed with like beads, and glitter and Christmas ornaments. But
it happened. Rehearsals had happened. It was a lot of just, figuring out what's something that's weighted enough that you can hear it, but also won't shatter on stage.
Right.
What's the right length? What's the rhythm? And it truly is just an example of like group dancing together. We are dependent on the boys that were twirling the rope, who are dependent on us to clear the rope. It was fully like we practiced that before every single show, just because we found it helped to just like sync up, be on the same page with that one. But it was special. There's nothing like like that.
Yeah.
You guys doing it for the Macy's parade was, again, the most special, but the most nerve-wracking thing I think I've ever had to do in my career. Yeah, you get one chance. You get one chance on national television.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, you guys, thank you for sharing your moments, your memories and moments of holiday theater today. I think it's always really interesting just to hear what it's like for creatives to be, traveling around the country or being in a holiday show over the holidays. And I'll extend a personal toast to you from the Cape Playhouse and our community. Thank you for everything that you have done for the Cape Playhouse and being part of our little slice of Broadway on Cape Cod. And I hope you two have a wonderful, wonderful holiday coming up.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Cape Playhouse.
Thank you. Cheers to you both.
Cheers.
And happy holidays. And now it's time for you to grab your hot chocolate because we are headed to the North Pole for a very special presentation from Cape Playhouse friends and alumni. Enjoy.
Hi there, it's Rachel Dratch here. I have been going to dentists since I was a little kid, since I was maybe 8 years old and my parents started renting a place over on Wade's Way. That's where we first started going. And there are so many things I love about the Cape. Oh my gosh. I mean, the beaches, the sunsets, the ice cream. Gotta mention the ice cream. But you know what we've got that a lot of the Cape doesn't have? We've got culture. That's right. We're not just about fried clams and Dennis. Thanks to the Cape Playhouse. So it is my honor to kick off this reading of The Night Before Christmas. And here I go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what's the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
Wait, what? With a little old driver.
So lively and quick. I knew in a moment, it must be Saint Nick. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. More rapid than eagles his courses they came. And he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away! Dash away! Dash away, all!
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky.
So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound!
He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot,
and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
A bundle of toys he had flung on his back.
And he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkle! His dimples, how merry! His cheeks were like roses. His nose, like a cherry. His droll little mouth drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. Ho, ho, ho.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth,
and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly
that shook when he laughed
like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. The wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, and turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. When I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our very special holiday broadcast of Behind the Playhouse Curtain. I'm here now with my mother, Sherry, and my partner, Robbie, and our dog, Nellie, and we're wishing you a very, very special holiday season. I hope it's filled with lots of love and family and kindness this year. And from all of us at the Cape Playhouse, the Board of Trustees, we wish you a very, very happy and joyous holiday season. And now taking us home tonight is our resident music director, Garrett Taylor, with a very special Jingle Bells. Take care.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Come on, we're going for a sleigh ride. Christmas time is here again. Come on, we're going for a sleigh ride. To spread good cheer again. From the top of the chimney to the top of the wall. Dash away, dash away, dash away. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Old St. Nicholas, he took a flight. The moon was shining bright. Old St. Nick was riding through the sky. You should have seen those red Ring out the bells, it's a holiday season. Ring out the bells, it's a happy time. Ring out the bells, we've got a good reason to ring the bells and hear those pretty bells chime. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way.